started, and then
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Georgie Ann Bailey. I'm the Executive Director of AIA New York State, and I'm here with Mike Burridge, who is our new Government Advocacy Coordinator. But as is the case with every AIA New York State staff member, everybody is involved in the convention. Mike will eventually be taking over the volunteer portion of the convention next year. And I'm giving it up reluctantly because it's one of my favorite things to do is to work with our members. The way that I approached this was I tried to think of what you might have for us. And I thought also if you wanted to print these out for future reference, it would be a good resource for you as maybe
Georgie Ann, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's some sort of background noise that makes it very difficult.
Oh, does somebody have a cell phone? You have to put it on mute.
Yeah, I think if everybody can put it on mute besides Virgie for now, help.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think that might have done it. Is that it? Yes.
No.
Oh, there it is again. Guys, if you could just mute your phones while we're doing this and then put them off for Q&A, that would be great.
It would be helpful. Thanks.
Yeah, just mute your phones, okay?
I don't think everybody's hearing it.
Could everybody mute your phones, especially the cell phones? It's getting worse, Julia.
It is getting worse.
Great. Okay, I think everybody's on mute now. So to start over again, what I did was I tried to look at this from the viewpoint of questions that you might have and designed it so you can easily print it out, use it as a future reference, and during the convention when you ask me a question, I tell you something different, you say, wait a minute, it's right here. So the first thing that I thought that you'd want to know is, well, where do I go first? Where do I go when I get to the ON Center? And there's two places that you should go first. If you're registered for the convention, then please proceed to the registration desk, which is located at the bottom of the escalator at the ON Center. And then you will come over to meeting room 9/N. Meeting room 9/, and it's real easy. Look to your left. You'll see the hallway. Just walk into the hallway, and it's the meeting room to your left again. If you're just coming to help us out with the seminar and then leaving, and you're not registered for the convention, come down to room 9 and 10, and there will be a badge sitting there for you. Really easy to do. Anybody will know where rooms 9 and 10 are. So then, the next thing you might want to know is, well, wait a minute. I'm supposed to go down to this seminar. What am I supposed to have with me? Where do I get this stuff? When you get into room 910, you will see lined up on the walls, you will see signs that will say Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And if you look down, there is a white envelope for every event, every seminar, every tour. What you're going to do is you're going to pick up that envelope, make sure it's the program that you're going to be working on, and everything is marked. It's the program number, the seminar room, I guess that's the two things. Oh, the time that is on there. And inside the envelope, you're going to find a CE card, which we'll get into in a minute, your working agenda, announcements, introduction. What we're also going to do is underneath that envelope, or maybe even attached to it, you're going to see a card. Sign the index card program that you're taking the envelope for, because what happens is I'm constantly doing scans of what materials haven't been picked up, where are they, oh my gosh, I'm missing this, and I knew it, and I know it was here. So it's important that we use that very simple communication tool. so that I know you've picked it up. And if for some reason it doesn't get back to us, then I know who picked it up. And this will also tell us who the scanner was. We've gone down to what's in the envelope. Oh, the other thing is, I know that it's easy. Sometimes if you're doing a program in the afternoon and then you're doing one in the morning and then in the afternoon, it's very easy to say, well, I'll just pick up both of them. That could drive me over the edge, because at the beginning of each line of programs, I will be checking once again who's picked it up. And if I'm looking at the afternoon and I see a seminar envelope that isn't there, that makes it really, really
Eugenia
tough.
Brieva, QPK Design.
Because
Hello?
we're working with almost 40 programs at this particular convention. And then I know that a question always comes up, well, what about the scanners? Tell us what we're going to do. We no longer fill out a CE card. I'll tell you what we're going to use it for in a minute. But we use barcode scanners, and we use them. They look pretty much like the ones you've seen at National or if you go to Greenville. These are used for continuing education credits, and you know that badge has been registered when you hear a ping. Mike, you want to go to the next one? Could you skip over to the picture? There. If you look at your screen, if you see like the little handheld scanner at the to the left of the machine, that's what you'll be getting. You'll be picking it up from a technician in room 9 and 10. You scan it across the barcode. It's so easy to do. Once you've done it twice, you're an expert. Mike, if you go back to the frequently. So
someone needs to mute their phone.
Oh, if who is ever on, if you would kindly mute your cell phone, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much. I think you need to mute your cell phone. Whoever has a cell phone, if you'd mute it, that would be great. Thank you.
Right.
So after the seminar is over, put everything that's left over, a CE card, whatever you have, and put it into that envelope and take it to the registration desk, the AIA New York State registration desk, and give it to Katie Harlow. Please don't give it to anybody else. You have to give it to her or another staff member who's there. Here's an example.
Ron Slade, CNS Engineers.
Mute your phone, please.
Guys, could you mute your cell phones or any phone, I think, until we're done with this, and then you can put them on to ask questions. There we go. This is what a working agenda looks like. It will give you the time, the date, the time of the program. It will give you the AV equipment that we've ordered for that room. We do not, with one exception, I think we have a program that has speakers.
Did someone just slip some acid into my drink? I thought it was in the
It's
Twilight
kind
Zone.
of comical. It's comical.
It's annoying, too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you again. If you want to hear me, you've got to mute your cell phones, and that's all there is to it. What we have up on the screen now is a working agenda. this will be in each packet when you pick it up. Attached to this is also the introductions for the speakers. So what I'm going to tell you is this. If it's only one person or you're really, really busy, it's more important to scan badges and let the speaker start the program with the announcement. All of our speakers know that there are times that they're not going to have somebody to introduce them. And they'll just start the program. It's the way it is at National. You know, we try to provide people to do it, but if we don't have a volunteer, more important is to get those CE badges scanned. And just a little word of caution, if you're a little late, if you get to a program and there's somebody sitting there, make sure that you ask, you know, make a little announcement saying, do I have all your badges scanned? Because if we don't, once that program is over, there is no way that person can get continuing ed credit for that particular program. Okay, Mike. There we are back to this. Same thing with the tours. We get a lot of questions. What do I do about a tour? It's the same process. You pick up the envelope. You'll have a scanner. You scan the badges. You will also have everybody that is going on a tour has a ticket. If they don't have a ticket, then they don't get on the tour. If there's room, and we'll have a note for you. I think we'll also have a list of people who have signed up for that tour. There's just no exceptions. The only exception is you. You're the complimentary person that's going on the tour. And the speaker, for heaven's sake. Okay, Mike. Here's some things. I call these urban legends that go on during the convention. We'll have a speaker say to a volunteer, where's my laptop? I told them I needed a laptop. We have that all over. We do not supply laptops. Love to be able to do it, but we can't. The other question that you'll hear a lot is, am I getting my certificate? Am I going to get it while I'm here? And it's a very simple question. We do not, unless we specifically are asked, we do not supply certificates of completion to members. The reason is you can go ahead and check your record, and that's your record of attendance. If they have other CE questions, just have them email me, and I think that'll be easier for you. Okay, Mike. The other thing is that you'll hear a speaker say is, where's my handouts? I sent in my handouts. A long time ago, we stopped printing out handouts. It's not part of the sustainability initiative of AIA, and quite frankly, it's extremely expensive. Are there other staff members on site? Oh, yes. The entire AIA New York State staff will be there. We also have case members from the local chapters helping us out. Sarah Testa, who is your own case member, will be there. Valerie Brown from the Westchester chapter, Suzanne Mex from New York, and Linda Hewitt from the Rochester chapter. So you'll see them around also. There's our staff members. Martha Ann Gershman runs the trade show. She'll also have some assistance, but she is the one. Any questions about the trade show really goes to Martha Ann. And I guess that's about it. It's real easy. Don't panic if something's not there. You'll see me around. As far as the AV equipment is concerned, we have technicians right there. They may not be in the room, but you will see them around. They can hook up laptops to LCD projectors. That's all that I really have for you. Do you have any questions of me or of Mike?
Georgianne, this is Jamie. I have one.
Yes, Jamie.
I'm giving a tour. Where do I get the boilerplate AIA CE
announcement?
Front announcement.
It's right on the working agenda.
It'll be in the paperwork.
Yep.
And just Georgianne, this is Julia.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
to clarify, all of the sessions are at the On Center.
Thank you, Julia, for asking that question. The only session that is not is the opening session, which is across the street at the Carrier Theater. And the other session that isn't, but this is on Saturday, is the ARE program, and that is at the Sheraton.
Right, but the opening session, the keynote session with Roman Mars, is at the Carrier
Theater. And what we're going to do, we had a volunteers meeting yesterday. We have some small signs made up, so we're just going to kind of like post some volunteers along the way, probably 3 or 4 volunteers, with a little sign that says opening keynote Carrier Theater, so that everybody can, go over. I actually walked it myself a couple weeks ago with Joe. It's about a 3-minute walk.
Yeah, it was. I think we timed it at 4 minutes or something. It was really short.
Yes, so it should be fine. I'm stressed about it, though. You have a couple hundred people walking over to someplace they've never been before, which is why we're doing this. So if we'll take any volunteers to kind of lead some groups over. I know that sounds funny, but
how are you getting people from the On Center to the moat? Are they walking?
No, we have a round of shuttle buses. We have shuttle buses that are going to go from the Sheraton to the On Center to the moat.
Okay.
And we will have a schedule of when those shuttles are coming and going. They're not going to be running continuously, but pretty close. And then on going back to the day on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there's a period of time, I think it's like from 10:30 to 1:30, something like that, on Thursday and Friday that we're not going to do any shuttles because everybody is, everybody is in seminars, and quite frankly, it was a way to reduce the costs a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Now, just as a recommendation, if I can ask a question, do you recommend that we all park at the On Center and leave our cars there?
Yes, I would do that. And we have discounted parking things for you. When you check in, we'll have the discounted parking tickets for you.
Okay.
Georgie, this is Joe Perino. I think some people joined a little late. Could you just go over where you go, that first thing you said? That's like the most important thing, and I think people miss it.
If they
Guys,
mute their phones, Joe.
Any latecomers, please mute your phones. I'll be happy to do that. What we started out the conversations by saying is, what happens when I get to the On Center? Where do I go first? If you're registered, just go to the AIA New York State registration desk. If you're just coming to do a seminar, then just come down to room 9 and 10, and there'll just be a plain badge down there for you. Oh, you know what? I just remembered one thing. If you're just coming to work one of the seminars and leaving, you will still get continuing ed credit. And what you should do is fill out one of the CE cards because you won't have a scannable badge.
That again?
If you're just coming to moderate a program and then you're leaving, then you should fill out one of the CE cards that are in the envelope and make sure you put it back in the envelope because you will not have a scannable badge. And that's why, Joe and Jamie, that's why it's so important that I have a correct list of volunteers, because if we get something from someone that doesn't, that we don't have a paid registration for, we're going to want to know why they were able to get into that program. And quite frankly, what we do is we just bill them. So that's super important that I get an accurate list. I don't know if Mike's on or not, but it is.
Is Mike on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Mike, are you going to send out the final list?
Yep, there's still a couple of holes we're shifting people around to fill. So I got a couple people that are late saying they can help. So I'll send out a final list before. It'll be probably the beginning of next week, so we'll give a couple days. But the goal is that everybody is on for 2 sessions at the most. There are a couple that may be a little bit more, but that's what I'm trying to do by moving some people around. So, but I'll definitely have a full list out with everybody filled in beginning of next week.
Great, thanks.
Let me just explain one more time about the scanners and the CE cards. The only time that a CE card is used is if for some reason that badge doesn't scan. Otherwise, we don't fill them out. The only time it's used if a badge is not scanned or if you're a volunteer who has just come to moderate that program. That's it. Nobody else fills out. Last year I walked into a session that the volunteer was having everybody fill out CE cards and no scans, which is really interesting. So that's important that we understand that. And Mike, I'm going to give you a little hint if you can do it, is that we have found it is very, very helpful to have a blow-up and on foam core of the final list and the programs that the volunteers are doing. And we can put it on an easel in room 9 and 10. It's just so helpful to have something like that up there.
Yeah,
I can do it.
I can do that.
Okay. What else?
Georgie, and I'm volunteering at the registration desk.
What time? What time?
Like me there earlier.
Okay, we're probably, we don't really need anybody, I don't think, at our big registration desk, but it's with Marthann. How long are you going to, well, if you can just email me or give me a buzz when we're done. I don't want to take everybody's time. That would be great.
Okay, it was the volunteers you had asked John Goodman for. You said you needed 2 at the registration desk.
I guess a correction I would say is my understanding is that locally we don't need to have anybody at the registration desk, Georgianne, because you guys are handling that, correct?
Yes, we have 3 staff people, but I will tell you, Mike, I'm saying that I do always like to have a volunteer around because you never know if we need somebody to run and get something or something like that. It's always helpful.
Okay, like as a standby.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay. All right. We're going to send the link to Mike then.
Yeah, if you send it to me, I'll make sure it gets out to those who are here and those who could not make it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, everybody. We really, really appreciate your time. And as I said yesterday, keep marketing those registrations because we really need them.
If anyone on the
thank
call
you, Georgianne.
is volunteering that has not let me know what they want to volunteer